But this is recorded also, can?
Yes.
So they can see later.
Yes, we go live stream YouTube.
If all attention, I can start. Not sure if they can hear me.
Oh, okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope my voice is clear for the participants online. Without further ado, let's start with the recitation of Surah Al-Fatiha. Okay, so today we have Prof. Asan, who is also our colleague from the engine. Okay, currently he's seconded to Qatar University. So before going further to his contributions and his talk, I would like to welcome all participants online and also in person here. Thank you so much for spending time to know more about funding and collaboration opportunities from Qatar. I hope that the talk will be benefit for all of us, those who are participating, and you may convey this to your friends, your colleagues, that we are also having a session, live streaming session through YouTube. Okay, so without further ado, let me introduce about Prof. Asan. He has two titles, Prof. IRTS. That means he is a professional engineer and a technologist. Dr. Asan Gani, Dr. Asan Gani bin Abdul Muthalif. So he's currently attached to the College of Engineering, Qatar University. He obtained his bachelor's, first honors and master's degrees in mechatronics engineering. He earned his PhD from the University of Cambridge. So upon completing his continued postdoctoral research for a year at Cambridge University. He had also served as a teaching assistant at the Cambridge University. So at IIUM, he served as a head of mechatronics department, deputy dean academics in College of Engineering, deputy director RMC, and lastly, he was a dean in Center of Postgraduate Studies before leaving for his secondment to Qatar University. So Prof. Asan is actually, I think I've been using it as a prof. I'm more familiar with that. Okay, so because his achievement is really well. So Prof. Asan is certified professional engineer and professional technologist. He's a senior member of IEEE and IIAV, a life member of MISAT and MICE, and a founding member of SBM. So he's also a panel and auditor for the Malaysian Qualification Agency, Engineering Accreditation Council Malaysia, Ministry of Higher Education, and Public Service Department of Malaysia. So he was working a group member developing the national policy on science, technology, and innovation for the year 2021 up to 2030. So he had also served as an associate fellow at Academy of Sciences Malaysia. He had authored and co-authored publications in international and local refereed journals and conferences. He is currently an associate editor for 2 reputable international journals. So this is just a brief introduction of him. So, but person who knows him, that he contributes a lot. Okay, so I don't think I want to promote your FB. Okay, so but if you can see his achievement even from his FB. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to pass the session to Dr. Asan so that we could listen more. And for him, there is no problem that if you want to ask any questions in between. So we welcome any questions that you would like to ask. So maybe you can raise your hand or put your questions in the chat box. Okay. So I think that's all, Professor. May I pass to you?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, Dr. Fadila, for the nice introduction. And she said she will address me, Prof. For those who are still not sure about my title, associate or full Prof, my full professorship was approved by UM in 2019. But since I'm on secondment, it's not updated on the MSD system. So still okay. My half leg here, half leg over there. And please excuse my voice today. My voice is not very clear. I'm having a slight sore throat.
So you have to off your mic.
Because we're using this mic.
Yeah.
So is it okay now?
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for having me here today. It is always very nice to come home and meet all my colleagues.
Okay.
Is it off?
Yes.
So it's always nice to come home and then share my experience with my colleagues. With the hope that whatever I share today will be beneficial for everyone. And those who are joining us physically here and as well as online, thank you very much for your time. And those who are unable to join us, today is the first Friday of the month. Usually there will be a lot of meetings. You can always catch us through this YouTube and the other channels. Right. Let's just before I start my talk, I would like to talk a little bit about Qatar University. As all of you know, I mean, Qatar is a peninsula on this Arabian Gulf, a small country. At Doha, we have Qatar University, which is located in Doha. So the university is one of the main university in Qatar, main public university in Qatar. We established in 1977. We have more than 23,000 students. We have 10 colleges. We're offering 47 bachelor programs, masters, and so on. And this number, of course, are increasing. In terms of the ranking, in 2012, we were about 500 plus, and now we slowly go up. As of 2023 CURES ranking, we are at 208. I know some of you may not like me talk about ranking, but you know, I mean, outside in the Arabian world, ranking is something very important. So they really want to boost and then promote the university through this ranking. And this is something that I wish, I think all of you know, right? Yes. Qatar is hosting World Cup, FIFA World Cup in 2020. They have built beautiful stadiums around, and the date is from 21st of November to 18th of December. So I'm not a big fan of football. For those who are big fan of football, you're most welcome. And if you need any sponsorship to get a visa, I'm more than happy to give you. Because at the Qatari residence, we are allowed to give up to 10 sponsorships. But about 5-6 has been taken already. So the remaining is there. So all of you, this would be a good opportunity as well to come attend the game as well as see the country. And November to December is our winter season. So you'll be having a very good climate over there, about 15, 16 degrees Celsius. Okay, now let's go to the main content of my talk. I'll be covering about higher learning institutions in Qatar, Qatar National Research Funds, National Priority Research Program, NPRP, the themes, there are some details about the grant, the previous NPRP grants, secured by Malaysian institution. Those who think like it's difficult to get grant from Qatar, we have evidence here to show that many previous institutions have secured that. And what is next? Here I will tell you what steps that our faculty members should take to apply for this grant. Finally, about some of the grants given by Qatar University itself, some references, as well as finally my research area. My research area is just to promote. If any of you are working in this field, maybe we can apply grants together. Now, when we talk about the main higher learning institution in Qatar, these are the main ones. Number one is Qatar University. This is the main and the first public university in Qatar. The engineering focus, they have all the faculties covering from engineering, management, pharmacy, dentistry, medicine. It's actually a full full university. We also have many research centers. The one that related to engineering, here I just put for engineering because many of my recent talks are related to engineering. So there are also centers from other departments, for other kulias. Now for the engineering here, we have a center for advanced materials, CAM center, one of the very high-end center. You have a lot of nice equipment over there. Environmental Science Center, Gas Processing Center, Biomedical Research Center, Qatar Transportation Computing Center, and also Center for Sustainable Development. Many of these centers can be found from this link. A second one is Hamad bin Khalifa University. This university is under the Qatar Foundation, and Qatar Foundation is really spending a lot of fund on this university to really make it very strong. So the engineering focus here, computer science, sustainable energy and environment, logistics supply, and then many other fields. And we also have about 15 overseas campuses, foreign university campuses like Georgetown University, Virginia Commonwealth, Texas A&M, Carnegie Mellon, Weill Cornell, University of College London, and many more. So here we do have many of international students that instead of going to US and UK, they come to Qatar and learn from this university. So a degree will be given by the host university in the home country. And I've also seen one of our minister's children daughter also studying there. The reason she gave was is more safer to stay in Qatar than going to the other country. So here, this one open. If some of your children want to pursue studies, you can also think about sending them to Qatar to get the overseas qualification. Now, let us talk about Qatar National Research Fund. QNRF, they have many programs. One of it is a research program. They are grouped into research program, capacity building and development program, special program, and also developing policies. The one that I'm going to cover today, only that what can benefit the international faculty members, that mean outside Qatar. Most of it are meant for the Qatar institutions. The one that like NPRP, as well as PDRA, is very much relevant to us. So I'll be spending more time on this. Now, to summarize, I feel like it's easier if I can make a snapshot of NPRP standard and NPRP C. Now, if you look at S is the standard, C is the cluster based. The objective of NPRP standard is competitively select research project that will address national priorities. So whatever grant they give, it will be for the purpose to benefit the country. Okay? So any of you are writing any proposal, you got to show that it's going to benefit Qatar. Now, when we talk about this C, the objective is to address the pressing and strategic challenges faced by Qatar. Now, when we talk about eligibility, for the NPRP standard, the LPI there means lead principal investigator, which is equivalent to researcher. And then a co-researcher, we call it as principal investigator, PI. So over there, we call LPI as well as PI. For LPI, must be from any of the Qatar institutions. This is for the standard. But for the NPRP cluster, the LPI can be from overseas institutions. So the cluster here means we have one big gun. The project director will be from any of the institutions from Qatar, while the sub-projects or the sub-clusters can have a lead PI, LPI from other than Qatar. So we can benefit from the IIUM, can benefit from this S as well as the C. Now, when we talk about these priority themes for the standard, they cover energy, sustainability of resources, health, society, and digital technology. So any proposal that we submit must be in line with these things. This is the latest one. As of last year, there were only 4. But after COVID, they have added this digital technology over there. When we talk about this cluster, it covers a national emergency preparedness, metros clinical implementation, artificial intelligence, and next Qatari society. Is my voice clear? Sorry. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Now let's continue. In terms of the award parameters, in terms of amount, as you can see for the NPRP standard, they give 180K for 1 year, and it goes up to 630K US dollar. While for this NPRPC, they give up to 5 million for the period of 5 years. Now this one is US dollar. Now here the point that the grant says, the grant and the effort allocation, 65% of the proposed funded research must be conducted in Qatar, and 80% of the fund, total funds secured under the proposal, must be expended in Qatar itself. Now this tells us that 20% of the grant can be taken out of the country. So with this 20% only for the past 1 year. Before that, it was 30%, but after COVID, they have reduced it to 20%. Now for the NPRP cluster, same thing, 65% of the fund, the effort must be in Qatar, and 80% must be spent inside Qatar. Now, what does it say? How can we benefit as international researchers? So if it's a 4 years NPRP standard, 20% of, let's say, maximum 630 would be 126,000 US dollar, which is about 560K that can be transferred outside. So if, let's say, one of the IIM researcher works with a Qatari institution and secure NPRP, this maximum amount can be transferred to IIUL, which is a big amount, right? Yes. And if you are talking about the NPRP cluster, 20% of the 5 million, this is a maximum amount, will be about 1 million US dollar, which is equivalent to 4.45 million can be transferred to Malaysia. Yes. Now let's look at the Qatar National Research Priority Themes. Now, to this NPRP standard, QNRF intends to stimulate partnership among academia, research, and end users, or other non-research focused entities that can benefit from the research outcomes. Now, all these thematic areas are aligned with this QRDF. This is a Qatar Research Development Index 2030. So they always revise this based on the current need of the country. Now, this is a pillar basically. These are the themes: energy, sustainable resources, health, society, and digital technology. Now, QNRF may also consider funding proposal in area outside these areas, but as long as it can contribute to the relevant strategy aim. So usually when we prepare proposal, we align our proposal to these things. I mean, as a researcher, I believe all of them are smart enough to show that it has a relevance. So if my suggestion is, if any of you doing a research in these pillars, and if you feel like Qatar can benefit from it, then you should proceed. Now, how to move forward, I will talk about that later. Now, I will quickly cover some of the themes. When we talk about energy, This is to support the competitiveness and sustainability of Qatar energy sector through the development and deployment of technological solutions. So like, this is this research like enhancing gas channels, conversion of methane, research that lead to expanding Qatar's natural gas product and so on. And then any other areas that can contribute to are relevant to the above strategy aims. So you see, wherever you see, you always see the word Qatar. So they are very much focused on this. The money given by QF should be properly used to benefit the country. Now, next about sustainability of resources. Here, the aim is to support the sustainable management of Qatar's environment, food and water resources to research and innovative solutions. And the areas are given here, and these are all tailored to Qatar. Many of the research that we do here is it can benefit many other countries around the world. So it wouldn't be difficult for you to align it to Qatar's need. Now, when we talk about health, this is to address the pressing health challenges of Qatar population through relevant research and its translation into clinical care outcomes. Like, research that lead to early detection, better prevention, improved diagnostics, and treatment of a chronic disease with high prevalence in Qatar and so on. So here we identify causes and contributing factors unique to Qatar to these health challenges. When we talk about society, this is to enhance the nation's ability to address current and future needs of all communities in Qatar, to preserve the culture, values, and empower the next generation. Now, as mentioned in the point 4.4, other areas are also accepted that can contribute to and are relevant to the above strategy aims. So this is a very general one, strategy aim. So as long as you can align the proposal to this, that will be considered for the award. And finally, is to develop, adapt, and deploy relevant new digital technologies. This one comes after COVID, basically, to increase growth and competitiveness of Qatar. AI actually comes in already. And in fact, AI is also one of the cluster under NPRPC. So it's a big amount being allocated over there. Okay, now if you look at the timeline, maybe many of you would be interested, when should I submit, when should I prepare for it? In general, the proposal submission will take from January, will be around January to April. And then there will be a review process. Finally, the award will be announced sometime from October to December. But for last year, there's a delay. They only announced it in this year's April. So, because of the World Cup and some other COVID issues, there's a slight delay over there. If you look at example for cycle 2022, the submission started from 21st of February, 21st February until 20th of April. And then it will be vetted by the research office, which is equivalent to RMC over here, and then sent to the screening process at the QNRF. This is a first year screening before they go for the other screening. I mean, first level and the second level, and then they will announce it sometime in November and December. Now, while I'm talking, if any of you have a question, please feel free to ask. Yes, I can see. No question. Okay. Now, this is the submission and evaluation process. You have to first register. I will tell you where to register after this. And then proposal submission, and this is vetted by RMC. Once this is done, it will go to the proposal screening. There will be a first tier reviewing process over here. Now, if the first tier is passed, then they will shortlist and send for the panel evaluation. Usually the panel members are from 3 to 5 panel members. They will take it from all around the world. And once this is done, it will go to the QNRF funding recommendation. Now, at this stage, we have seen many of the proposals that are highly recommended by the panel evaluation members, but the QNRF did not recommend it because it may not be important for that particular year. You see, they will only select the one that very, very important for that year. Some proposals are important, maybe a few years down the road. Then they will keep it and then approve it. Now, once they get recommendation from this QNRF, it go to the approval process, and finally they will announce the award. Now, if you want to know how do they evaluate this, the criteria: intellectual merit, 25% weight, expected impact, 35%, work plan, 20%, and qualification and complementarity of a research team, 20%. So here you see the expected impact is 35%. So they want a very impactful grants.
Is it QNRF is like our LRTS?
It's a big body, like a movie, like giving you all the FRGS.
So it must be a fundamental project.
No.
Color based.
No, they have a different one for fundamental. The BSRA is the fundamental one, basic research, and this one is the application. That's why they want to look at the impact. I heard a voice just now from. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, if you ask about the eligibility of LPI, LPI is a lead principal investigator. For the NPRP standard, this can only be applied by LPI from Qatar. The minimum H index composite is about 10 for the natural science engineering, and for the other field is 5. Now, if you are talking about cluster, the project director must be from Qatar, but the LPI can be outside Qatar. So the project director must have at least H index of 20, and the LPI, which is from IIM or many other places, can be 10 above, like for engineering. I believe this is not a difficult thing for many of you. Okay, now QNRF with Malaysian institution. You know, when I was, previously many people told me that, oh no, it's going to be difficult, this and that. If you look at this evidence here, in 2009, UKM has secured one with the submitting institution of Texas A&M. And in 2012, UPM, there's another one, UKM, Marine Research Foundation, it's a UTP, UKM, UKM, UMP, and UMT. So these are the collaborators from Malaysian institutions, and these are the submitting institutions in Qatar. So as you can see, Qatar University basically has many collaboration with the overseas or Malaysian university. So this tells us that, okay, next hope to see IIUM in 2023 or 2022. Inshallah. Okay, now what should I do? I mean, if you ask me, okay, now we know about QNRF, what is the next step? Now, first find your.
Sorry, Prof, can I interrupt? Related to the previous slide, the submitting institutions. So, for example, Texas A&M University, that's a US. So, must be the staff must be based in Qatar, or is it US? It's okay.
This is a Texas A&M campus in Qatar.
In Qatar. So, in order to find the LPI, must be from there. From Qatar.
Yeah. That means the submitting staff must be from Qatar. So yeah, QNRF allows any institution in Qatar recognized by the government to apply for these NPRP grants. Okay. So if you have someone in US, you can ask them to talk to the Qatar campus and get someone from the Qatar campus.
I knew someone in Texas,
Yes.
but it must be based in Qatar, right?
Yes, yes. But now when you submit a proposal, you can have many LPIs, I think up to 3 to 5.
Oh.
One can be from IIUM, one can be from Texas, US, one can be from MIT, doesn't matter. So this grant is only the submitting LPI from Qatar. They can have many collaborators. Not only
LPI can be many.
Can be many, yes. No, NPI is one. If you talk about the standard NPRP, only one LPI and other PIs, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the PIs can be many.
Yes, but the LPI must be one.
And LPI one for the standard.
Okay.
But for the cluster, you have a project director, which is one, must be from the Qatar institution from Qatar. But below that, many LPIs. That LPI can be from outside. So I mean that's why I divide this into a standard and also cluster. Cluster, as I mentioned earlier, it goes up to $5 million US, and for the standard one, is maximum 630K US dollar. Okay, so here first find your research in one of the priority themes. Topic must benefit to Qatar. So this is important. So you have to cater it such a way that the country going to benefit from it. Okay, next, register at Q Grant. This is a website. This is like a My Research, My Grants, right? Malaysia. This is similar to My Grants, which allows anyone around the world to register. Now, even though you are not taking part in any of the proposal, you can register yourself, upload your CV over there. The advantage is, I mean, sometimes some of the proposal, submitting person, let's say LPI from Qatar, they want to look for the researcher around the world. So they can search, like let's say Malaysia, let's say IIUM, your name will come with your CV, with your research area interest, with your expert area, everything will be there. So if they find you to be relevant, they can invite you to join the team. So it is always an advantage to have your profile in this Q Grant. Now, once it is there, you can approach any of the LPI at Qatar University or any other participating university, like HBKU, Hamad Khalifa, Texas A&M, any universities in Qatar. Approach them, talk to them like you have this proposal, this idea, can we work together for the proposal preparation? And identify the potential industrial co-funders, and this is quite important. So if you have any co-funders from industry, that will really strengthen up the proposal. See, this proposal preparation, we always think, I mean, who should we bring in on board to make the proposal strong? So if you can bring in, let's say, ministry inside there, or any of these big industries, then it will really make your proposal very strong and increase the chances of you to get the grant. Now, this co-funding can be either in kind or cash. You see, some of the industry may not give you cash, right? They will say, it's okay, I have a few millions worth of machines, you can just come and use it. So that is basically an in-kind contribution. Okay, start working as early as October. Now we are in August. So you can start work early for the next year's cycle. I mean, somehow for the next year's cycle, it's yet to be announced. We were informed that because of the World Cup and something, they are delaying a bit. So I'm not sure what is the actual reason, but it will be announced soon. And prepare strong proposal, which will be reviewed by 3 to 5 reviewers. And then also check the other references. So I would recommend that please, after this, if you can go and register at this Q Grant, and then think about any of these institutions over there that can work with you. Just Google it, find a relevant researcher, and then keep in touch with you. If you want to get some of the researchers from Qatar University, I may also able to help you to identify. These were my previous applications. It wasn't successful, but we learned a lot from it. Yeah, first time I applied with this one say from UK, IIUM, and also Qatar Rail. The comments were good, but the Qatar Foundation Committee found that maybe not a pressing title for at that time. Last year, we applied another grant with UTM, Institute Jantung Negara, and also the Hamad Medical Corporation. Hamad Medical Corporation is like HKL, the biggest one. In fact, some of the leaders from the Heart Institute from Hamad were in the proposal as well. The comments were very good. Reading at the comment, we thought we should get it, but then somehow the NPRP found that there are more other pressing proposals that should be funded first. So we were not successful, but of course we learned a lot. We will continue to apply. Now, previously I was talking about grant given by the country, a Qatar Foundation, which the money can be transferred outside the country. So there's a monetary benefit. Now, next is about the grants provided by the Qatar University. Now, this one does not allow fund to be transferred outside Qatar, but the fund can be used to sponsor some of our students pursuing master or PhD work. And also this encourages the collaboration as well. Okay, so if you look at the QU's research pillars, this is more or less aligned with this QF as well. This is an old one. It will be updated soon. As of now, the energy environment pillars, biomedical health, computer science, and social sciences. That's why when Dr. Fadila asked me, is my thought relevant to only engineering? No, actually it covers all. Okay. Social sciences also there. Qatar University has three different grants. One is external funding, internal funding, as well as industrial one. The one that I highlighted here that's relevant to us, which you would like to know. This is called International Research Collaboration Grant. Okay, let's talk a bit more on this. IRCC brings together QU, Qatar University, and international researchers and innovators to collaborate on topics, mutual interests, and high quality, high impact research partnership. So they want to encourage partnership, okay, for the joint publication, for the joint research, for the exchange of staff, exchange of students. All this is covered over there. Now they give up to maximum of 80,000 per year, or 160,000 for 2 years. This is only 2 years. Okay, they give you maximum 2 years. This is basically a match co-funding. So that means one or few of a faculty member from IIUM must secure the grant and then give it over there. The LPI from Qatar University can request for the same grant. Just to share an example, this year we have one of my colleague is applying with UITM. So UITM, their internal grant is quite low. I think about 50,000 or something. So I mean, matching to get 50,000 there is not worth, right? So what they did, there are 3 or 4 faculty members from UITM combine it, make it as a 200,000, 150, 200,000 like that, and they request same amount from Qatar University. So I mean, whether they are going to get or not, that's a different issue. But these are some of the strategies they take. And here, this can be used to fund PhD scholarships. So if, let's say, you get a matching grant from Qatar University, you can send your student to pursue master over there. I mean, PhD may not be enough because this is 2 years, right? Now, what's the benefit? You can have a joint research publication, and Malaysian students can pursue masters over there, the one that I've just discussed. This is a sample of my grant. Alhamdulillah, I managed to secure one with Sultan Qaboos University. Not much. We got $128,000 US, which is around 570K RMB, which is reasonable. Now, to talk about here, they have like a Sultan Qaboos University. They have a very good arrangement with the Qatar University. In fact, the form they prepared, they put Qatar University Sultan Qaboos. Okay. So, in fact, RMC probably the RMC, with the help of the rector, we can establish one special joint or the matching grant with Qatar University. You can probably work on that as well. But even without having any of such arrangement, you can still apply for this. Right. Some of the other internal grants, we do have a high impact grants. This one only for the LPI from Qatar University, but we can have international collaborators. So usually when we apply this grant, we just include one of the name from the overseas. This is where we go and look for the potential partners abroad. We also have a collaborative grant, which can fund up to 150K per year, Qatari Riyal. A postdoc initiative program. This is quite interesting. This is good for the fresh PhD holder from IIUM. If let's say you just completed PhD within less than 5 years and you want to pursue a postdoc, you can approach any of the faculty member from Qatar University and submit your proposal to pursue, and then that particular faculty member can apply this grant for you. So they can apply this and then use that to fund you. They give you the salary, economic class flight ticket return, as well as the health insurance. Interesting, right? And we also have another grant called Visiting Fellows, Scholars and Research Program. This can support 1 to 2 months with up to 20,000 maximum. So if any of these good researcher from IIUM, you want to go there, spend about 1 to 2 months, can approach a faculty member from there and then ask him to apply for it for you. So if the faculty member feel like your area is relevant and can benefit, the faculty member can apply this particular grant. And then once it is approved, they can sponsor you to come spend 1 to 2 months over there. It's a fully sponsored year. They give up to $20,000 US, which is almost 90,000 ringgit. There are many other small grants like National Science Promotion Program grants, a student grant, and so on. This year I got one of these National Science Promotion Grant. This is basically to train the Qatari high school students, as well as a Qatari university student, to train them how to do research. So this is our contribution to the nation as well. National capacity development. Okay, these are some of the references that I believe you will benefit. Just go to QNRF website. You get all the information there. We also have a blog for the Qatar University Research Office. Q Grant, this is a website that I recommend all of you to register. And the others are relevant to the NPR. Okay, so far I have covered research grants provided by Qatar Foundation, which has a monetary benefit. Next one is the research grant covered by the Qatar University. So there's no, direct transfer of cash. The cash cannot flow out of country, but we can benefit from it. And that's the end of on the presentation. And this is a little bit about myself. I think many of you know from engineering, they know, but just to tell you here, if any of you are working in this field and would like to explore potential grants in Qatar, then we can do that. I'm working on active and semi-active control, energy harvesting, smart materials, optimization study, predictive maintenance, high frequency modeling control, SEA, as well as biomechatronic systems. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your time, and I really look forward to get your participation this year. Hopefully, getting and not getting is a second issue. At least first participate to summit. And this is my Qatar University email. And my WhatsApp number is still the same. I'm still using Malaysia WhatsApp number, and this is my office number. If you have any question, feel free to WhatsApp me or just send me email. Whatever I can help while I'm there, I'll be more than happy to do so. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. Asan. I'll open to the online participants for any questions. You may ask directly or you may put in the chat box.
Like a Kuantan campus can really benefit from this. They have a huge allocation on the health sector, so for the health sector.
While waiting for their questions, so I saw that you had applied for 2 grants, right?
Yes, sir.
So you said they were rejected, right?
Yeah.
But can you reapply by using the same grants?
You can reapply for 1 more year. It depends on which category the evaluation is. They have a B, C, D. If you fall under D, you can reapply. If it's A, B, C, can reapply. Mine, I was lucky, I could reapply again.
Wow.
Yeah. So as you can see the evaluation process here. Yeah, here. Now, this is a first year pass, and then they send for the second year. I mean, once your proposal has gone through this process here, finished, I mean, it is already considered a good proposal. Now, approval of it depends on the recommendation. And the recommendation very much depends on the current need of the country. Now, if you have 50 proposals, 5 of it is really very important to be addressed today, then they will give that one.
This one is an online application or it is manual submission for the
All
application?
online. They are very much digital over there.
It's very good.
Yes, all online. I can share this Q Grant website.
When you say the HM, that it's not from the Google, right?
No.
It's from the Scopus.
Scopus. Yeah, so this is the oh, sorry. I think I did not share the whole screen. Yeah, so this is a Q Grant website. You need to register first, of course, and then upload. So this is a starting proposal. We can start proposal here, and of course it will only list what is currently open. So like when the QNRF open, they will list here. You can just start and then continue. Now, this is very, very comprehensive. So I would recommend all of you to register for it.
So, Prof. Asan, just want to ask related to matching grant or any collaboration between us and our collaborator in Qatar University as the LPI. Do you need any formal documentation such as MOU, just LOI, just
That's fine. No MOU.
no, just a mutual consent from both of us.
Exactly. We don't need MOU. Like you are from UAE, you know somebody working there, just join. Yeah.
But in terms later on, if you get a grant in terms of method or IP,
Yes.
it belongs to Qatar.
No, that depends on the agreement. So IP, it can be if let's say join with this overseas university,
Yeah.
they can have a co-share. So it's not like they fund and they take the IP. No. Yeah, there's a mutual agreement between both.
Means that if we are being awarded by that grant, so you have another document to say related to IP, how many percentage, something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I've seen the document just before coming. I mean, few days ago. They will have an agreement. They will co-share the IP. You'll have your portion, and they will have their portion.
Oh, Professor, I just got another one. So, but this is all correct. They were asking about working opportunities in Qatar. What do you think for female or male?
Okay, since this section is recorded, so probably we should talk about that later after the section.
Okay, sure.
I mean, but if you talk about female, male, yes, opportunity for everyone.
Okay.
And we do have one Malaysian in this staff attached to mathematics department.
Okay.
There, our faculty members, we have, I think, quite many number of female faculty members.
Okay.
So it's open for everyone. I don't think like, it's only for the male staff. Qatar is quite different. It's a very, very open.
I hope that answers the one that PM me. Okay.
Okay. So I believe that person is interested to come back.
Maybe, inshallah.
I need to know who's the person.
I'll let you know later then.
Okay. So I'm really having a
Because I think you are getting a lot of big, maybe you need to apply for a big grants there. So it's,
Yes.
I think a lot of people like very serious researchers might be thinking.
You see, yeah, exactly. If you are looking at my previous grants, here we try to combine. We have a UK, UAE, Qatar, and also Qatar University. Next one is the UTM, Hamad. These only two universities only. So the more likely, let's say, a good researcher from, let's say, from MIT or Stanford, you can just bring them on board.
Assalamualaikum, Prof. Asan.
Prof. Malinda.
Yeah. From civil engineering. I'm the one who messaged you yesterday. The grants awarded by the government of Qatar.
Sorry, Prof. We couldn't hear you. Your voice is breaking.
It's not clear. Is it not clear?
Your voice is breaking.
Okay, now it's better.
So, okay. So, Prof. Asan, there's two grants, one from the government of Qatar, one from the Qatar University itself. Now, since I don't know about others, because I am not familiar with Qatar University at all, and I do not know anyone, any lecturers in civil engineering in Qatar. If I look through the website, based on their current work, I feel it's insufficient. I still need to know them and get the chemistry just to ensure that the submission will be successful. So you notice, since 80% of the work must be done in Qatar, which is like, it's a lot, 80%. So what does that mean?
It's a 60.
We are be there, or the bulk of work, or how does it work?
Yeah,
Because the issue must be from experience in Qatar itself. So it is best for the Malaysian who doesn't know anything about Qatar, at least to visit them and get the feel of what kind of issue the public or the country are experiencing.
well, that's a good point that you have raised. In fact, some of the researchers do that. In fact, I know that one of the researchers contacted me before, and then we had an online meeting. You know, these days, like the world become very small, right? So you can easily drop an email to someone if they're interested, have a Zoom meeting. So like my case last time, one of the researchers from Malaysia, contacted me, we spoke over the Zoom, and then he also decided to come to Qatar and then visit the university. So you can always do that. If you identify any of the potential LPI from QU, you can talk to the person first, and then you can come down and have a visit to the university. And if you want me to, let's say, speak to the person from civil department, I'm also more than happy to speak to the person. Like someone there. If you think like we need someone who's there to speak, then I can involve as
well. Prof, so this this major grant from the government is open worldwide. Any countries can apply. There's the competition there. Yeah.
That's correct. Any country can apply. Together with the
Yeah. So that means the application that we're submitting is competing with people from developed countries, i.e. with H index of basically 30 and above. So in terms of competition, I think it's best for one-to-one get the chemistry going on first, or we'll just be submitting grants application and failure at the end of the day. So I would like to know about this visiting fellow scholar or this research program. Is this application all year round or there's a deadline? The one with the 1 or 2 months duration.
Yeah, I mean, coming back to the first question, Prof, for us like a researcher, we may not get all the proposal we submit, right? I mean, for like myself, first time I submit rejected, second time some rejected, but with the experience from it, like what we usually do when we submit for the big grants is very, very comprehensive. So there are many work packages. In fact, each of the work packages can be sent for the individual proposals separately for the internal grants. So, I mean, for us, we try. Whenever we are not successful, we take some of the parts, we send for the internal grant. So we take it as an experience. And you are right, it's a very competitive because the amount is quite big. So as long as the LPI from institution in Qatar, so if you're comfortable working with you, with us here, then the LPI can submit the proposal. So one LPI, I think, can submit up to 2 or 3 proposals. So it's not only 1, 2 or 3 proposals. So, and the PI, as asked by Dr. Desmond, PI can be as many as 3 people. And if you want to have more people, they can be assigned as a consultant in that proposal. So usually we try to have many people, many prominent people in the proposal just to make it stronger. That's the first one. And the second question regarding the timeline, yes, I cannot remember the timeline, but usually all the submissions will be done before April or May. Then during the summer break, this is where the review process takes place. And then they will use it roughly in August or September. Like for the postdoc, usually starting the month of September. I hope I've answered your question. We couldn't hear you. We can't hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Prof. Walida, are you clear with the explanations from Prof. Asan? Because we couldn't hear your voice. You are muted. Prof, you are mute. Prof, we cannot hear you. Dia cakap dah tu.
Dia punya speaker, your speaker you are muted now. You need to unmute.
Yes, now you can speak.
Now, when is the visiting fellow or research program open?
I can't remember the date, but I can check it quickly for you here. Let me just quickly check. So let me share another screen. If you can go to this Office of VP Research, These are the grants given by Qatar University. Just if you can quickly go there. There's the internal fund, this is a postdoc, and this is a visiting research fellows. So by clicking that, okay, yeah. So the submission deadline is March of 2022. So that's why I say usually the submission will be before April, and then the result will be released sometime October, September, like that. So under this same here, there's a visitor scholars application template. These are the guidelines. All the information you can get it from here. Please spend some time on this website. Everything is there, very clear. They even give you the template as well. But this can only be applied by a faculty member in Qatar in QU. Once approved, you'll be invited to come. And the other grants like postdoc initiative one, as you can see, the deadline also same, 3rd of March, and then the guidelines are there. So after reading guideline, a candidate can know whether the person is meet the guideline or not. Is that okay, Prof?
Marlena.
Oh, Marlena. Any further questions? As I mentioned earlier, my intention today is just to open up, to give a bigger picture, and then those who are interested on any particular grants can go inside and the specific grants just find more details. So I've given all the links required here.
Prof, for the postdoc, because like IIM normally it's given to those graduated 3 years and below. Like the same goes
3 or 5 years?
3 years. 3 years for
3 years, okay.
Is it the same goes to?
I'm not very sure, but usually yes. They will, if I remember correctly, I read somewhere saying about 5 years.
Yeah. Ministry 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
I have 3 years. I don't know why.
So please check, because there are a lot of information here, which obviously I cannot remember everything. But it's all there, so you can easily find out. And their website is very nice, very clear. You can get all this information there. They even share all the documents. I mean, there's they don't worry of not sharing it. If you want to apply in Arabic form, also possible.
Any more questions from the floor? Or the online participants? We are not getting any more questions, Prof.
Okay, so
is it okay if we end the session?
yes,
Okay.
you are the chairman, so you decide.
I'll open once again for any questions from the online participants. We cannot invite him again because he's leaving Malaysia next week, inshallah soon. So in case you have any questions, you may write it down here, or else he has given his WhatsApp number and his email in Qatar University, so you may contact him. Remember that there are 5 teams. I think most of them we can apply, all from the IIM staff. If you are interested, you can apply because there are 5 teams inside there. So please go through the websites. But before I'm shutting down, can you share the slides, Prof? Is it possible?
You asked me in front of all, right? How can I say no?
Okay, that's the
She's
trick.
very
then.
smart.
That's the trick.
Yeah, she's very smart. She asked me now, put me in the position to, I cannot
Say
say no.
yes.
Yeah, I'm happy to share the success life.
Because it's very systematic.
Yeah, well, IIM is like my second home,
Yeah.
so I'm still your staff, so no problem.
Okay, thank you so much. I think the RMC will get the files and share with us. I think this is for those who are really looking forward international grants. You can think of Qatar sponsorship and grants. Huh? So please go through the website carefully, and then as like Prof said, you can always message him for any clarification. I think that's all for today. Thank you so much to online participants and to those who came here. And thank you, Prof. Asan, who came to UIA before he left to Qatar. Thank you so much. I think if I'm at your position, I want to enjoy my last days in Malaysia. Okay, but that's you, very committed. Thank you so much. Thank you, RMC, for giving this opportunity, for bringing in Prof. Asan to us. I think that's all for today. We'll end up this.
I can't say no when IIM invite.
Yeah, thank you. So make sure when you come again, inform.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much.
Inshallah, I will.
I think thank you so much. So before we say bye-bye, ending, let's end with tafsir kifara and surah wal-as. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you.